The moment everything changed for me as a nurse is when I decided that I was just going to own my nursing. When I was just going to make up my mind that I was going to walk in and be a nurse. I decided that I was going to take the limits of nursing and just 10x it. This means I went on policy stat. I went to my charge nurse, my house supervisor, and I just started asking questions about how they do the things that they do. What are the policies and what are the driving forces? Why are we doing the things that we're supposed to do? Where should I chart this thing? How do y'all want it to be charted? I would have a patient, I would speak to the doctor, hey, specifically, what do you want me to know? Like, yeah, I know this is what's going on with the patient, but is there something specifically that you would like for me to pay attention to about your patient? I just really just took ownership of my nursing. Like when I would write my self-report, because I always wrote my own report for me, not for the next person. The oncoming nurse just benefited from it. So like if you're giving me a report, you would find that I'm not taking notes. I'm in the ICU, 2 patients, 3 patients, I'm not taking notes. If you can give me a report in a way where it's a story, I can follow along, right? I'm advanced enough where I can pay attention to what's important. Then I would assess my patient, go through the chart, putting together my assessment findings plus what the chart says, so that by the time at the end of the shift when I'm giving you a report, my report is concise, it's detailed, and it's an accurate snapshot of the state I'm handing over the patient to you. But when I got to the point in my career where I was just going to really own my patient care, well, I wanted to know everything about my patient. I wanted to do everything that was recommended, that was evidence-based practice. I would speak to everyone that was consulted on the patient, ask them their thoughts. I found that I was no longer so burnt out at work. I found that work became so exciting. Another thing that I found myself doing when I really owned my nursing was that at any time I told myself, if I saw a call light, if I saw something going off, I would go check it out, even if it's not my patient. Not just, oh, I'm the nearest nurse, or, oh, there's another nurse down there, I'll let her go check it. No, I got to the point where if I was able to, if I'm walking past a patient's room and I see the call light go off right as I'm walking by, I'm just beelining and going in there. Hey, can I help you with something? If the phone rang, I was one of those nurses that when I'm passing the nurse's station, if the phone is ringing and the secretary's not there or the charge nurse is not there to pick it up, that's none of my business. I'm not a secretary. I'm not here to pick up phone calls. But I started owning my nursing to where if I wasn't busy, right? If there wasn't something of priority that I had to get to and the phone was ringing, I would pick it up. If I saw someone wandering around the halls, like looking lost, even if it's a family member, it doesn't matter. If I came into contact with a problem that needed a possible solution, I was just on it. It's like I walked into that place like I owned it. Not necessarily owned it as in run it to tell people what to do. I owned it as if everything was my responsibility, within reason. And my nursing career and my skill sets as a nurse just exponentially, it got better. I just exponentially got better as a nurse. My skill set increased. My knowledge increased. My application increased. Just my communication skills with talking to family, talking to doctors, talking to my coworkers. Everything just became so congruent. It's like everything came aligned in an order that allowed me to fully be a nurse. And that's the reason why I got into nursing, was because I love taking care of people and I love helping people. And once I made up my mind that I'm going to max out. I'm going to max out at work. When I leave work, when I clock out, I gave it my all. I gave it my best. And since then, and it's been a few years now since I had that mental switch, and now I love nursing, and I want that for you. I want that for the burnt out nurse who really did become a nurse because she loves helping people and she loves taking care of people. I want that for the new grad who's lost and new to this and still doesn't know exactly what he or she is doing. I want that. I just want you to just like walk in and just own it. Just like, I'm owning this license, I'm owning this badge, I'm owning this personhood that I am. And I'm a nurse and I'm here to take care of you. I'm here to help. I'm here to make things better. We're on the same team. We're just here to do a good job. And I know the world that we live in, we're going to come across nurses that don't care. We're going to come across rude family members. We're going to come across charge nurses and house supervisor and leadership that will just send you down the river. But I found that even though all those things are true, when I decided partner with the universal order of taking care of each other and owning my assignment as a person and owning the day and owning everything that I came in contact with in a responsible and loving way, I found that even though all those barriers still existed, everything became doable.